If the Cacodemon from Doom and Xanathar from Dungeons and Dragons had a baby, this is what it would look like. At least that's my attempt. Well, my first attempt was I wanted to make this the Cacodemon out of the Xanathar figure. I'm not much of a sculptor. So luckily there was a lot of nice detail on this thing. Very impressive figure. With all the detail that's on this, it was very intimidating to me to paint it because I wanted to utilize everything that was actually on the figure. I don't want to take it too much or too far because I think it would look kind of silly, at least for where I'm at with my painting skills. So this is just another step towards of trying to better myself with a wonderful sculpt. This is probably the best sculpt I ever worked on when it comes to detail. So thanks for watching. I'll pop in and out and we'll see how we put this together. So after priming, I decided to close in the gaps on the sides of the sculpt. And there's a crack down either side of the sculpt where they put it together in the factory. So I took some milliput and filled these cracks in and tried to do my sculpting as best as possible to try to see or hide the fact that there was a gap there because the mouth is articulated. I'm keeping the mouth open, so I wasn't worried about the articulation. So after priming this black, I went in with some Army Painter matte white, or any primer will do. I use War Painter Primer Matte. I love that stuff. I'm just going in now because purple over black doesn't go well. If you know what I'm talking about, if you do any painting, it just disappears. So I went in, keeping some of the black in there, but really saturating this with some deep dark purple. Now that I got it where I want it to be, I went back again with some light dry brushing with that same primer. So I tried a couple different reds. The darker red I went, it kind of disappeared into the figure because it already has the purple base underneath of it. So I just went straight in with the red, from opaque red from Createx. I just start dry brushing it on. It went on dark. Don't worry if you try it. If you go over top of purple or black, obviously, it takes about 3 coats to get it where you want it. So the good thing was I was able to highlight different things on the figure where I can just multi-layer just with basic red. Just build your layers until you get the desired look that you're looking for. It seemed to work out well with this one. So here's the part I wasn't really sure about. I went in with some white, just hit the raised spots in the back of the mouth, just so when I did add a color, it would be true to that color. So after experimenting with all the different blues, I got it built up enough. I went in and I came in with the airbrush you'll see here in a minute. So I just built up some more blue. Just be cautious with the multi-layers of any color that you do because you will start building up too much, so you don't lose anything from the sculpt. So after I got here, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going with the mouth. I know I want it to be blue, but I just didn't want the whole mouth to be blue. Sometimes, at least for me with this one, after not knowing exactly where to go with it, move on to the next step. At least that's what I did here. I went with some classic caramel with the teeth. After 2 coats, I had some teeth. Moving on to the next step sometimes can make you realize what the step before you weren't sure about, meaning that after I got done the teeth, I can see what this is going to look like. That's when I went in and added some more red around the gum line. Again, got that cobalt, and I went in really heavily went in. Tried to avoid the teeth. I wanted the blue to be up into the top of the gum line. So after I got it where I wanted it to be, where I was happy, I knew I was going to go back in and hit it with some red to cover up all that, a lot of that blue. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm just trying to blend it in, make it look like he's got some raw, bad gums, infected gums, you know, like any demon would have. I decided to go with the Kaiki. It's basically somewhat of a beige. I didn't like the pink. I just didn't want everything to look pink and red. I wanted to have some separation in the face somewhere. Some sort of a personality of some sorts, if you want to look at it that way. The red would accent the beige, and the beige would accent the red. Here's where I stopped. I was in the back room, so there's a time lapse here that's missing, but I'll catch you up right here and fill you in exactly what happened and what direction I went in. So I sealed it. Can't really tell down here, but the face is a little too beige. I'm going to go in and get in the cracks, I think, with some red and do some wash on it. Teeth down here a little brighter than the top. I don't like that. I'm going to wash that out a little bit. So I did seal this already. I'm probably going to do it off camera, but I'll show you what I come up with when I'm done. Alright, so I got done the face, the lips, and I did all the cutting in with the red with the wrinkles and everything, but that's not what we're talking about right now. The eyeball. Traditionally, I know there's a couple the demon. See, I used transparent green. Came white. I like the green. I think I'm going to try it. It's transparent from Createx. Transparent bright green. We're going to go with it. See what happens. I guess the worst, I could just wipe it off, but it looks like it seemed to work. It seems to work. I don't know if it's going to leave a film or a I don't want it too dark. So that's, get the brush out of my mouth. That's the transparent green. That's the white. I think I'm going to put some transparent green in this. Just a little bit of a hint of it where it's not too crazy. I was going to take the eyeball out, but this thing's put together and I'm sure it's all glued. I didn't want to, I wasn't going to go do all that. I wasn't going to go and do all that. I'll probably just leave one coat. Don't probably need more than just one or, I mean, this is a heavy coat. When it dries up, see what it looks like. It does look better green, I think. So, there you have it. That's one right there. There we go. Must have got some black on his eyeball. Yeah, it'll work. I think it'll work. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I wanted it green, but I wasn't sure how that was going to go down. So transparent green. There you go. Transparent green. I don't know if I should take it off the actual eyeball. While it's wet. Just hit the white of the eyes. I think water would take it off tomorrow anyway if it's not that good. So, there you go. I got my green eyeballs, man. There we go. Nice. Green eyeball. This was a good challenge for me because it's different from a superhero or action figure. Not that you can't go really deep with action figures and really put in the shading and time, but this year I really wanted to try to do something, try to really get as far as I could with shading and possible realism, but I still got a long ways to go, even though I'm not trying to say that so you say this looks good, but to me it looks good, it turned out well, I like it, but I'm still not there where I want to be, and hopefully, well, I may never be there, but anyway, what I didn't do on camera, or I showed you in the video, is that right here at the bottom I drilled a hole for this acrylic stand, and this is hot glue right here in the mouth. All I did is squeeze some hot glue in there, let it dry, took it up to the refrigerator and let it cure up a little bit. And then on the horns, I tried a couple different things. You probably can't tell because I got the lights going on. There's a dark wash. I used brown leather for the horns, and I was talking to my daughter about this, and she said she liked it this way, but I said no, I'm gonna try to do maybe some light dry brushing here on the horns just so it looks different. But I do think that she was right. The brown goes well with the red, but you can see the somewhat detail I put in the jaw, around the bottom of the jaw, top of the mouth, the eyeball, and then the back here you really can get a little close up. The purple worked really well under the red. Really happy. You really can't tell on camera, maybe it looks blue. There's some shades of blue because I guess, I don't know, it just went that way when when I dry brush some white primer to get the purple or the red to stand out a lot better. But yeah, I like it. It turned out well. I don't know. I appreciate you guys watching. Until the next one. Like I said, thanks for watching. This was fun. I kind of procrastinated on this one. This has been done a couple weeks, but I had some things to do. And if you come to the channel, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And yeah, man, there it is, the demon eyeball. I'll see you guys on the next one.